Kitt Wagner, and I'm a hooker.
I'm Jamie Burke, and I am a prop.
My main role is to hook the ball to the back of the scrum. We have a nice presentation for our scrum half to be able to get it to our backs. I also am sort of the very middle focal point of the scrum, and I get to hold everybody together.
My job is to make sure that she can do her job. So as a prop, on both sides of the scrum, I keep the scrum stable so that our hooker can get a good solid strike on the ball and can get the ball back to our backs so that they can move it out wide.
The most fun part is that I get to go one-on-one with my opposite at every scrum. And I get to figure out how to manipulate that person and put them where I want them at every scrum.
I was going to say just about the same thing. It's the one place on the rugby field where you fundamentally have a one-on-one battle with another person constantly throughout the game, and so it's a little bit like a game of chess in that they make a move, you make a move, they make a move, you make a move, or you make a move and they try and counter your move. And it's just a little bit of a battle up there to see who comes out on top.
But I think if these girls have the opportunity to maybe sit with Jamie and I and talk about it, we can show them how to love the front row and how to embrace that. It definitely takes a special breed to want to play in the front row, but it is the best place to be on the field, absolutely. So how many of you actually play in scrum? Yes. All right, that's awesome. I like to hear that. All right, so what I want to work on with you today is body position, your body profile. Why might that be important? Awesome. Awesome. If I go into a scrum like this, am I going to go anywhere? Am I going to end up with my neck all broken and never play rugby again? All right, so that's what we're going to try to avoid today. Jamie and I are going to walk you through a couple things that you can do on your own in front of a mirror so that you check and see how your body profile looks. All right, so spread out a little bit. Come on around, Jamie and I don't bite too much. Okay, so the way I want you to start is I want you to start with your feet hip distance apart. Okay, comfortable? Okay, so I want you to bend your knees a little bit, and I literally want you to just bend at the waist right now. But hold on, before you do that, stay in this nice comfortable position. I'm going to come in the middle. So if I'm in a scrum and I look like this, what do you think? Your chest is too big. Okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to go backwards. Okay, good. So what about if I am like this?
You're gonna go down. You're gonna eat grass like a cow.
Beautiful. Like a cow, exactly. So where do you think I need to be? In the middle. So I want all of you to get back to that position with your legs bent a little bit and put yourself in the position you think you need to be in. Okay? I'll tell you what my position looks like is like this. Okay? My back is flat. Jamie should be able to put a broomstick on my back and it just stays there. Okay? So Jamie and I are going to walk around, stay in that position, and we'll adjust you a little bit.
Bring your butt up a little bit. So you want to be nice and square and really squeezing through your shoulder.
One thing I see is that you all are kind of like this. Your backs are in good position. What's wrong with that? Okay. My what? Butt's up. My butt's up? Maybe a little bit. What about my shoulders? Is this strong? No. So think about where your hands are going to be. So for me, I play hooker. So my arms are going to be here. Okay? If you're propping, Jamie, can you tell them maybe where your arms will be propping?
So if you're propping, depending on what side you're on, if you're on tight head, one arm will be here and one arm will be here.
So are her arms just hanging? Is she loosey-goosey? No. So let's have really active arms. Be strong about it. So when you're down here, really make sure that your hands are ready. Okay? So try that one more time.
Through here, activating these muscles right there.
You're out here right now?
Really activate. So try and think about squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Yes. You can square your shoulders up a little bit.
Squeeze right there.
So drop
Squeeze
your
right here.
chest a little
You
bit
too.
more.
Squeeze right there. All right. So you have your elbows right here. Okay.
And then like there's a pencil right here and you're trying to squeeze in between your shoulder blades. it's getting hard. It's feeling the hips start to work. Everyone's starting to come up.
You're tired already? All right, fine. Come on up. Check it out a little bit. So, this is something that you can do in front of the mirror and check yourself out. So some of you might think that your body position looks perfect, but then when you get to the mirror, you're gonna realize it may not be. Maybe it is. So, give yourself in the morning before you go to school, work, wherever you're going, do 5 in the mirror, okay? Do 5 profile setups. So, set your feet hip distance apart, chest out, butt back, drop yourself into it. So what we're going to do now is see how strong your cores are, okay? So in a scrum, do you just get to stand here like this the whole time and nobody messes with you? No. If you do, you have not very much opposition. That's probably a good thing, okay? So what I want one of you to do is to get down in that position, in that good body profile position, and I want your partner to give them a little shove, okay? So Jamie, if I go in my body profile, will you... So push your partner, thank you, for like 10 seconds, all right? And try to hold your core really tight. Don't let her mess with your head. Don't let her mess with your arms. Okay, right, get in that body position. Ready? Go.
So really think about digging your toes into the ground. Really grip the ground with
You can be aggressive. Give her a little thump.
yeah, and neutralize your head.
All right,
so just,
switch.
Just look straight forward, just over the edge of your eyeballs.
If they're not in the right body position, get them where they need to be. Bring your elbows in. So you're out here right now, okay? So think about like you're making a tackle. You want to make it wide like this. You might keep them in here. Keep it nice and tight and aggressive so that you can just go forward. You don't have to go around. Okay. There you go. Nice. You guys are done already? No. Keep going. Oh, there's no scrumming.
So keep your head neutral. Keep that head in a nice straight line so you're looking over your sunglasses.
What happens if I'm in this position and Jamie pushes me hard enough that I move one of my feet? Give me a shove. What do I need to do so that I'm back where I need to be? If I move and I go slowly and take a big step, what's going to happen? I'm going to be off balance. And then everybody around me might be in big trouble. Okay? So let's try that again. This time, partner, ramp it up a little bit. And if your feet get moved, get them back where they need to be really quickly. Okay? The next progression on this is that we actually need to get into our body position. Okay? So what I want all of us to do is get in your nice body position and then lean forward and catch yourself. Okay? And it looks like this. So go through everything. So chest out, butt out, down, fall into position. Okay? That's all you have to do. If you fall on your face, it's okay. I definitely did the first time I did this. Walk through the whole thing. Don't cheat. Okay? Set your feet. Chest out, butt out, down, and then let's fall. That's probably going to happen.
So when you fall, once you get in that position, make sure you get those arms straight so you can really make sure that you're in a good solid position.
Your feet should be in the same place that they were in. If you fell too far forward,
So bring your knees down a little bit.
get yourself back.
There you go. Still think about tightening through here and tightening through here. Exactly. So you want to wind up.
Guys, still squeeze through that upper body. Okay, don't let yourself go loosey-goosey again. This is just like a scrum engagement. You don't want to get all loose once you've hit in the scrums.
So we're starting to see some folks when you hit the ground, especially with your low backs, are coming down and are kind of like this. Yeah. So, right? Is this a particularly powerful scrum position? What's going to happen as soon as someone pushes against my shoulders?
You're gonna crank it back.
Oh, yeah. So we still think about having your low back
body straight, lady.
That actually looks really nice, solid. Your nice shoulder blades are back,
Okay.
and your low back was in a good position.
My goodness. Thanks, man.
So straighten those arms out. Straighten those arms out. Get yourself
You're
up.
trying to-
And now squeeze through here.
Guys, actually let
There we
yourself
go.
fall. Don't catch yourself here.
So drop your
and
knees
then
a little
get in
bit.
position.
Drop your
Okay?
knees.
Some of you are
and then
doing
think
that. I
about
know you don't want to
tightening
fall on
through
your face.
That's where we want
This
this
is
strength
not
to
an
come in. So
inchworm.
think about your belly
Okay?
button.
Make sure you
Draw into your
good body
spine.
position
Perfect.
first,
There you go.
and then fall. So from here, we're going to go back to our partners. Okay? Because as you know, in scrumming, you're not just going to stand there. Okay? So you're going to get down in your all fours position. Start out the right way. And then, I know, losing it. And then fall. Okay? And then your partner is going to go around. Go ahead. And push you and try to make sure that you can't do my foot. That you're strong and stable. So as Jamie pushes my head and neck and everything, I have to make sure that I'm not that my head isn't bobbing all over the place. So what I want you to try, does anybody know what to do to make your neck a little stronger?
Put your tongue on your mouth.
Yes! Awesome. So this time when you're down there, try to stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth. It makes everything flex through here so that your neck's not going to be wiggle wobbly. Okay. Questions about what I just asked you to do? Again, I talk too much. Go! I just need to be quiet sometimes.
Once you're in that position, get those arms straight. Straighten those arms out. Use your upper body. There you go.
Well, that wasn't very nice. Be strong. Tighten your core. Tighten your core.
Don't be afraid to push on her head. The other props and locks and stuff aren't going to
Okay, hold on.
So still think about keeping these tight in here. So yes, all that needs to stay tight, even when you're tired. So also one thing you can do. Don't let me pick your foot up. Get that foot down. Drive it down. Drive it down. There you go. Right. Think about keeping your feet engaged in the ground, grabbing the earth.
So, something that I heard Jamie talk about was keeping your feet active. What do you think she means? Okay, that's one thing. Perfect. I heard something over here. Yep, that works too. Anything else? So if I'm like this, if traction in the ground at all, can you all see my feet? If I'm like this, no, don't push me, I'll fall over. So what she means, other than yes, little steps and move around, is dig your feet in, okay? So I know we all have cleats on, but really think about, like, both of us do this before we set up for our profiles. Dig your toes in, keep them dug in, so that when I move her, her feet are active and moving and go right back where they need to. So if I pick up a foot, it goes right back to where she wanted it to be, okay? All right, one more round of that, and then I'll move on. We're going to move on to one-on-one, okay? And we're going to start standing with our one-on-one. I don't want you to let your profile go all to crap because you now have someone that you're pushing against, okay? But what I want you to do is I want you to just sit across from your partner, bind on, and then get your feet back so that you're in a good body profile. Make sure that your feet, this is slippery. Yeah. Make sure that your knees are only a little, like an inch off the ground, okay? And you stay in that good body position. Okay, questions?
Do you want us to start leaning in towards each other or start on our knees?
You can start just the way Jamie and I did. We'll come up off the ground in a moment. Good question. Okay? If you need to have a hand on the ground, okay for now. All right? So start standing, bind onto each other, walk your feet back. Ready? We're not driving. We're just giving each other enough resistance to hold ourselves up.
So you're going to need to get your feet behind you as you're coming.
Well, I just felt we were going to come on.
Yeah, so both of you need to give equal pressure is what's going to happen. So scrumming is basically a dynamic process where both sides have to give equal pressure. So if you feel her pushing, push back and kind of find that equilibrium middle point.
So I was just having a lovely little chat over here with a fly half. We're saying, oh, this is very hard on the fly half, which I will give you. This is very different than what you normally do. But
if I go into ruck, and yes, fly halves should ruck at some point in their lives, right? What body position should I have going into a ruck? Same body position. If I'm going into a tackle, what body position should I have? Still that same dynamic, shoulders back, core engaged. So all of this body profile work, while we're focusing exclusively on scrumming right now, carries over hugely into rucking, tackling, mauling, all the other aspects of the game. So it's good practice whether you're, a number 1 or a number 15. So
Okay, so something that I'm seeing, when Jamie and I were going one-on-one, where did we put our heads? Do you want us to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch very closely because most of you aren't doing this. So if you look at us, where's our head?
Center of the chest.
Center of the chest. Out here, do I have any power anywhere?
No.
No, and that really hurts my shoulder. So you want to be underneath them, because if my head is under here, I have much more control than if I'm way out here. Okay? So it's going to be uncomfortable. Okay? Get your head all the way underneath, because if you can get your head in here and you are a front row player, you will control your opposite. Okay? So let's try that again. No more heads in the arms. There you go. Okay. How's that feel? Yes? Okay. See if you can get your head even closer to each other. There you go. There you go. That's perfect. All right, break up and try the other arm. How you doing?
you have one leg here and one leg sort of here behind you. You want both your feet under you, so you're pushing into her. And part of that is just finding that balance point. Right? I think you're nervous that she's going to...
Oh, that's totally happening.
It's fine. It's not. It's turf. It'll leave a little abrasion, but you'll survive. Right? Yeah. But it is because for her to be able to get into good body position requires you to be in good body position, and vice versa. Like she can't get in your position without pressure from her, and she can't without pressure from you.
All right. Okay. Don't slide.
This is where we say, getting those feet dug in so that you're really engaging into the dirt. So bring those knees down to the ground and push into her. Push into her, really engage in. You can bring your feet a little further behind you.
Okay.
And bring your knees down, because right now your butt is much higher than your chest. Because right now your feet are so tight under you, your butt has to be way up here to be fitting into it. So you can just get your feet a little bit further back.
Okay.
So what I want you to try to do now, so you've gone from standing and moved your feet back. I want you to go from your knees, okay? I'm not going to make it that difficult yet. Just start on your knees, come together, and you can use your hand to come up this time. Okay? Do you need to see it? Okay. I'm going to make him come up the next time. So you can use your arm to come up. Ready? Up. And then make sure, see if you can get your arms up and bind, okay? Do that. Get your hand up here. All right. There you go. Break. Okay? Don't straighten your knees. Okay? Walk your feet farther forward if you can. You want them underneath you more. You're super extended. Much better. Much better. How's that feel, ladies?
Better.
Good. All right, break for a second. So that looks really good. Your feet are a little close together, but are you comfortable there? Do you feel powerful there?
Well, kind of in the habit.
Okay.
My props are always like feet out here.
Okay. All right. Well, see if maybe make them a little wider, just so you might have more power through your base. Okay, but that'll look good. Just make sure you're not overextended. You're tall, so you have a tendency to be out here a little bit. Just think about walking your feet back up underneath you.
All right.
Okay.
Come down off of that first. I want both of you guys come down real quick. So what I just watched happen, and your body position was good after a while, but what happened? You said 1, 2, 3. Where are my feet right now? Am I in a good scrumming position? Your feet were like, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and here I'll get this foot in and get this foot in as I'm coming up. You want to be in this nice position so that you can really use that. Well, right now we're just going off our hands, but you want to be able to think about being able to just come up as opposed to having to do a bunch of foot adjustment while you're trying to do that engaging process. Yeah, way to adjust your feet, way to keep your feet adjusted. So that's a good way to get your feet active. Yeah, just the biggest thing is just making sure that you keep the upper back still staying engaged even once you start binding. That's where it becomes tricky. Yeah, and that happens is like as soon as we start to reach forward, our backs kind of naturally start to do that. So really even just working on keeping your back engaged and like, all right, can I move with my shoulders engaged, even without opposition? That way you just get used to that feeling of, this is what it feels like when my shoulders are locked onto my back.
I'm scrumming, I want my spine in line, okay? And I didn't realize I hadn't said that until I watched these two over here with their heads kind of like this wrapped around each other. So I can't scrum like that, right? Because my spine is not in line. I'm not my strongest. So whenever you're going in, this is for tackling, for rucking, keep your spine in line. You're so much stronger that way. Hopefully. All right, so get another group. So find, oh my goodness. A set of partners, get a set of partners. Wow. Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. If you don't have enough, we'll work it out. We won't make it. All right, so what I want you to do is the same thing you just did in your groups of two, but you can start standing first. Okay? Come here. We're going to make you come with us. Here, you two go against each other, Jamie now. So we're just going to do bind onto the person next to you, okay? And you're just going to fit in the same way you did before. And we're going to try to get to that same body position where we're nice and low. Want to see it? Yeah. Okay, so once you're in, see if you can work your feet back. There you go. Okay? And that's what it looks like.
So you guys are still staying, it seems like both of you are really hesitant to want to let your feet come out from under you. So you're kind of bunched up like this. So really thinking about applying that pressure so that you can get your feet under you and get that. Ultimately, the ideal is that all four of you should be in this position. And you're pushing enough pressure to each other's shoulders to be able to maintain that. Heads always go to the left. So yeah, so push into her more. Start getting your feet back. Keep driving. And that happens more than I would care to admit. But that was the best one thus far. You guys started to get your feet back behind you.
One thing I want you to take from today and practice a lot is your body position, okay? And Mike can attest to this. I say this to the Raptors. I say this to anybody that I play with. It's really important to have good body position, okay? So I know you might look silly, but in front of your mirror every morning, do your setup, okay? Feet hip distance apart, chest out, butt out, down. All right? So that's your mission for the rest of the rugby season of these, okay, is to work on your body position. Do you guys have any questions about